Hey guys, Aaron Farmer here with mysugarfreejourney.com, and every night on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page we do a rather lengthy live video covering a lot of different topics. And so what I wanted to do is in the mornings we'll do a much shorter YouTube video, just kind of going over the basics of what we talked about, and answering some of the questions that came up in the comments in the Facebook video. So I think this will be a little bit easier to digest every morning than the rather lengthy, Facebook Live video that goes up at night. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So a big story right now that we talked about last night was the FDA is making changes to the nutrition labels. So FDA has decided to make a few changes to those nutrition labels that we see on the back of all of our food. The big changes are, let me pull it up here. The big changes are that the number of calories is in a much bigger, bolder font, so people can see how many calories they're consuming. And then for my purposes, because I actually don't care anything about calories, for my purposes, the big change is under total carbohydrates for the food. Not only will it tell you the sugar, but now it's going to tell you the added sugar, so the amount of sugar. So it's going to make a differentiation between sugar that occurs naturally in a product and sugar that has been added in the process of processing that food. So that is actually a very good. That's actually a very good thing that we can actually see how much sugar is being added to our food. There's a big difference between a full-fat milk, where the sugar that occurs in it, the lactose that occurs into it, is natural, versus chocolate milk, where you've got a bunch of added sugar to the product. The natural sugar in milk is not that bad for you, but the added sugar in chocolate milk is very bad for you. Also, they're changing the serving sizes. So if you buy a product that is like a single serve product, the serving size is one of those products. So it doesn't matter if you buy a 12-ounce Coke or a 20-ounce Coke; those are both considered single serves, and so all the information on the back will be for that entire bottle. So that's nice too. You used to get something small that all of us would eat in one sitting, and then you look in the back and the serving size is there's like 4 servings in a small bag of chips or something, which is that was just dumb. So they are fixing that problem, and they're making the serving sizes for the other products larger, so that there's less, the serving sizes are a little bit more in line with what people actually eat, which is a good thing, because people look on the back and say, oh, there's only 50 calories in there, but they don't look close and see that there's 4 servings in the bag. And so you're actually eating 200 calories, and it's maybe not as healthy as you think. So, but again, the big change here is the list of added sugar that we're going to be able to get on the back of our food. So this is a good thing. I mean, I don't like the idea that people still think that it's the calories that makes you fat. But baby steps. It's not the calories that makes you fat. It's those carbs. It's those sugars. Those are what make you fat. You can actually eat as many calories as you want, as many calories you can stuff in your face, and as long as they're not carbs and as long as they're not sugar, you're not going to gain weight, and you're going to lose weight. So good things, good. But I am, like I said, I am encouraged that things are moving in the right direction. Okay, a quick reminder that our 28-day weight loss challenge starts tomorrow. So that's starting tomorrow. There's a Facebook group set up where we're all kind of congregating so we can ask questions and encourage each other. Would love to see you there. There's a 28-day meal plan that you can download. It has 28 different dinners that you can look at and make for your family to make life a little bit easier. The couple of the questions that came up in the video last night that you might be interested in. Someone asked, will it be gluten-free? And I kind of explained that, I mean, it will be, but it will be gluten-free because we will not be eating grains or carbs or sugar or anything like that. So it's not like I don't really tell people it's a gluten-free thing, but just by dint of it being a low-carb, high-fat challenge, it will be naturally gluten-free. Nancy asked, said she had a husband with type 2 diabetes and wants to know what to make for his lunches. I think in the past she was just kind of making a sandwich for him. So first of all, let me tell you, Number one, I'm not a doctor. I want to make sure that it's very clear. You should not be taking any medical advice from me. However, I can tell you that my wife was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and once she lost the weight, the type 2 diabetes went away. So as long as you haven't had it for so long that you've just totally blown out your pancreas, type 2 diabetes is totally reversible. You can lose the weight and reduce that load on your pancreas and get rid of it. Not in every case. I want to make sure I make that clear. It's not in every case, but for a lot of people, you can get rid of type 2 diabetes when you lose the weight, and you do it by not eating carbs, not eating sugar, because that's essentially what type 2 diabetes is you are now very insulin resistant, and so your pancreas, every time you eat any carbs, your pancreas has to pump out a lot more insulin than it normally does, than it normally had to. And you just wear it out. So if you have type 2 diabetes, I think the very first thing that you should do, is follow your doctor's advice. But the second thing that you should do is stop eating carbs and stop eating sugar. Stop eating those things that are just wearing out your pancreas. And you want to reduce that load on your pancreas, and then good things will happen. So if you're making lunches, sandwiches are obviously out. I would just get some Tupperware and do leftovers from the night before. A chicken breast, some steamed vegetables, but some cheese maybe. But the big idea here is, number one, fat, number two, meat, and number three, vegetables. So think in those terms, and make some nice healthy lunches that are not going to make anyone's pancreas wear out anymore. So for the length of this challenge, I am going to be posting what I will be eating, just so people can kind of follow along and see what I'm doing. On my Instagram account, my Instagram account is at My Sugar Free Journey, and Journey is spelled JRNY, so there's no vowels. So My Sugar Free JRNY. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can actually see what I'm eating, kind of see what's going on. I've managed to lose about 135 pounds so far eating like this, and I'm excited, to be able to kind of share this with other people. Also on the blog, it actually went up Friday, but I have a very nice stuffed jalapeno recipe if you'd like to check that out. Low carb, no sugar, fantastic. It's easy and it's very tasty. All right, so if you're watching this on a desktop, if you'll go down to the information section underneath the video, I'll put a link to the post where the links to everything that I just talked about in this episode will be there. If you're watching this on mobile, if you look in the top, I believe the top right-hand corner of the screen, although maybe the left-hand corner. No, it's the right-hand corner. And there'll be a little circle with an eye in it. If you press that, that will take you to the post with the links to everything that we talked about, so you can kind of get more information and whatnot. Especially if you'd like to join the 28-day weight loss challenge. It starts tomorrow. We'd love to have you. Just come on over to the blog, and I'll link it to where you can get all the information, including the 28-day meal plan. We'd love to have as many people there as we possibly can. So anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.